Welcome to Inside Auto Podcast, where we feature everyone and anyone you'd want to talk to in and out of the automotive industry.
We're happy to have
Let's
you back,
go.
Matt.
It's great to be here, Alana.
Inside Auto Podcast.
Jamming
Not a
in person. In person, not on Zoom.
In person.
Live and direct.
Now, you said West Herr, but who else are you representing here?
I have my Streamline Auto Solutions hat, streamline.auto. Dealer/vendor. Got to wear two hats,
How's that going?
Really good.
Yeah?
Our booth isn't as luxurious as yours, but
I couldn't find it on the map.
yes, it's weird. It's off-site, but lots of activity over there.
Well, we heard you got an award last night.
We tried really hard. It's been a year in the making. We filled out the questionnaire, and yes, Brian Pash, AWA Awards. We are AW Award co-winners.
Very exciting.
Yes.
F&I.
F&I category. We wanted to be, triple threat, couple different categories, but we just started. We start small.
Yeah, us too.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, what are you hearing today? How's the show going?
Yeah, the show's really good. Obviously there's a ton of people here and ton to see. I think it's a little overwhelming for any dealer trying to take it all in, especially if it's your first or second show. And there's a lot to see. But that's what's great about our industry. A lot of really talented people, smart people. So it's really a great time. And Dallas is a little warmer than Buffalo, New York. So
yeah,
there's that.
Anything is warmer than Buffalo.
Yes.
But every year there's the buzzword, right? So I remember when I first entered automotive, everyone's talking about like mobile first, and then it was attribution, and then it was digital retail. What do you feel everyone's talking about?
CDP, CDXP
yeah?
is the buzzword, I would say, at least from my vantage
really
point.
Well.
That was, and you're still educating me on what that exactly means, of course. No, but I think there's a variety of interpretations of what a CDP is and how it can be leveraged by dealers. But it's still a rather feels like, anyways, a complex topic.
Yeah.
And maybe, different solutions are right for different dealers depending on how they want to leverage the data. But first party data, West Herr, has 39 stores and we sell 60,000 cars a year, and we care a lot about repeat and referral business.
Right.
One of the best ways to do that is to talk to customers in timely, relevant ways. And admittedly, West Herr struggles to have a good solution that can accommodate that. But we're really excited, about what Auto Lead Stars put together and the ease and simplicity of that platform.
Yeah.
That does make it feel manageable, right? Because I think a lot of people can dive into the CDP world and be like, what is going on? What are we talking about? And it's overwhelming and hard to execute against. But you guys are doing a good job, like helping guide the way.
Yeah. And thank you. And I think that CDP might be the buzzword, but underneath it, what we're really saying, what others are really saying is data strategy. Dealers should have a data strategy. They should prioritize their first party data, whether that's through a CDP or someplace else, so that they can leverage their own data and actually take control over it and own it, and, run queries on it, understand what's happening with their shoppers, with their VINs, and then actually execute marketing based on the data.
I think the sticky subject there, especially with the bigger groups, is data security, data privacy, sharing PII, trying to avoid that legal liability. I just sat in a 5-hour all hands meeting at our corporate office about IT security, data security, hacking. We talked about Bitcoin as payment to these security. Hackers and stuff.
What about the FTC, the new compliance rules? So that actually doesn't that force dealers to have like a security officer in their
dealership? CSO and
CSO. So is that something you guys are going to be implementing?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a great IT department. Nate Wintringer is our director of technologies, all over those requirements and what's necessary. But marketing has to work as close as ever to the IT teams and technology teams and legal teams to sort of navigate all of this new world order of data and how to leverage it.
That is it's data and it's also data security. So that's going to be a huge priority. Do you feel like people are talking about that here?
Well, I think those that, there's a variety of vendors trying to do CDP, right? And maybe that's my marketing bias. I'm the marketing director, so maybe that's what I'm seeing most. But what I'm most interested in is how can we get to effective solutions with first party data, with data hygiene, data consolidation, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, interesting. So what's on the agenda for tomorrow?
Well, we're going to try to not stay out too late tonight.
Okay.
Stay hydrated.
It's very good advice for NADA.
I had a list coming into NADA. I wanted to talk to 54 people. I think I'm about a third of the way through that list as it is today.
Were those preset 54?
They weren't appointments. It was just me thinking on the plane of the people that I really value and want to connect to in
That's
person.
Great.
Like even we were joking before this, like we've done a podcast together virtually. You were in Miami, I was in Buffalo, and it's just so nice to be in person together.
Yeah,
so
it's really nice.
One of the benefits.
Yeah, I agree. And now, so you said you got through half that list?
About a third, maybe.
But I like that. That's very thoughtful. I like, you're going to a show where you can get lost so easily.
Yes.
Anyone. And just being thoughtful and intentional about how you're going to spend your time is really important.
And I had more people on the list than I had vendors. So I went through the vendor list as well, and there was 40 vendors.
People are vendors too.
Well, people, yes. Okay. So true. But that's where I'm placing my value here for NADA is on the people side.
Yeah. And you also do that in the dealership.
Always. People over everything.
Yeah. It's great. So you said, I interrupted you though. You said you're going through your people.
Yep.
And then there were a few companies on that list.
Few companies.
Were there people associated with those companies that you actually know? Or, okay,
for sure.
great.
I mean, most of the companies aren't unknown to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I do think it's a challenge for a startup company or somebody that's getting established to build these relationships with dealers at NADA. Because like me, like I feel like I'm like a fish being gobbled up by like the water or whatever. Like everybody's hunting for dealers.
Yeah.
So I think that's an overwhelming thing for especially the smaller, newer companies.
Yeah, but it's just so interesting because you get both sides.
Yes.
So you're like being hunted, but you're also like, oh, should I?
Also kind of hunting.
Yeah.
Yes, always,
Yeah.
right? It's a fascinating game we all get to play. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we're all human. We're all on a journey together. And we're very blessed to be a part of this industry and a part of the dynamic changing nature of it.
Yeah,
and we're all
it's a great
really,
industry.
really lucky.
Yeah, we are really lucky. Well, Matt Lasher, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Great to be here.
Inside Auto Podcast. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Inside Auto Podcast. Check out our other episodes with top entrepreneurs and industry leaders.